Listen closely. Yes, you. This isn't a coincidence. It isn't some random video you just stumbled across. This is divine timing. This is the exact moment the universe chose for you to hear these words. Because right now, heaven has torn away a veil. A truth that was hidden is being revealed, a truth that will change how you see your past and how you step into your future. You may already feel it. The shiver in your spirit, the pounding of your heart, the unease rising in your chest. That's because deep down, your soul knows. This message is meant for you. Archangel Michael is here. His wings spread wide around you, his sword blazing with divine fire. And God's voice is whispering yet thundering into your spirit. Do not look away. Do not turn back. The truth must be seen. And once you see it, you will never be the same. Right now, you may be asking yourself, why me? Why now? Am I ready for this? And maybe you feel torn between wanting to know and wanting to hide, between curiosity and fear. But hear me, this isn't just a message. This is an answer to the silent cries you thought no one heard. An answer to the tears you shed when no one was watching. An answer to the ache that's been burning inside your chest for far too long. You asked for clarity. You begged for closure. You prayed for the truth. And now, heaven is responding. God is exposing what was hidden. And it begins with them. Yes, the one you once loved. The one you gave your heart to. The one whose smile still flickers in your memories, whose voice still lingers in your dreams, whose absence still leaves an empty space in your soul. Your ex. The one you trusted, the one you believed in, the one you thought was your safe place, your forever, your destiny. But hear this. God sees beyond every mask, beyond every illusion, beyond every carefully crafted lie. And what he has seen, he will now reveal to you. Think back for a moment. How many nights did you cry yourself to sleep, whispering questions into the darkness? How many times did you stare at your reflection wondering, was it my fault? Was I not enough? How many times did you hold on to hope, convincing yourself that if you just loved harder, gave more, stayed longer, things would change? You carried the weight of blame. You carried the shame of broken trust. You carried the scars of silence, confusion, and betrayal. But God says, no, my child, it was never your fault. Your love was pure. Your trust was holy. Your devotion was real. And none of those are weaknesses. They are your greatest strengths. The fault was never yours. The deception was theirs. The betrayal was theirs. Archangel Michael's voice cuts through the silence now, fierce and urgent. Your ex is not who you thought they were. The person you loved was a mask, a carefully designed illusion meant to blind you, bind you, and keep you small. And you know what? That's what manipulators do. They study your soul. They find your tenderness. They discover your light. And then they twist it for their own gain. They made you doubt yourself. They made you question your worth. They made you believe that maybe you were the problem. But that's the oldest trick of darkness, turning your own heart against you. And today, heaven says, no more. You see, you were never weak. You were never foolish. You were never broken. You were kind. You were loyal. You were faithful. And because of that, you trusted. Because of that, you loved deeply. Because of that, you gave chances you shouldn't have given. And God understands. He saw it all. But now, divine light is cutting through the fog. Maybe there's a part of you still whispering, no, not them. They weren't that bad. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I misunderstood. But listen, that's how illusions work. They make you second-guess what your spirit already knows. They make you explain away the red flags. They make you rewrite reality so you can keep holding on. And you did. You gave them the benefit of the doubt. You forgave. You excused. You tried. But now, heaven is saying, stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your truth. You were right all along. Think about the moments your gut told you something was wrong. The late-night phone calls that didn't add up. The excuses that sounded rehearsed. The smiles that felt forced. The energy that shifted when you walked into the room. Those weren't accidents. Those weren't in your head. Those were warnings. And today, those warnings are being confirmed. But listen carefully now. You are not alone in this revelation. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his wings wrapping around your spirit like a fortress. His sword is raised, not to strike you down, but to cut through every chain of deception. No lie can bind you anymore. No mask can fool you anymore. No darkness can touch you anymore. God himself declares, you are safe, you are shielded, you are set free. Understand this. This is not just about exposing your ex. This is about awakening you. This is the chapter where your story shifts, where your pain transforms into wisdom, where your tears turn into strength, where the very betrayal that tried to break you becomes the fire that forges your freedom. Because truth isn't just revelation. Truth is liberation. And liberation is your destiny. So pay attention. Don't look away. Don't dismiss this as just another message. This is the moment, the one your soul has been waiting for, the one heaven has been preparing you for. Because what comes next will not just expose the lies, it will set you free from them forever. Breathe. Because what I'm about to share with you is not just a story, it's a revelation. The truth about your ex is not a small detail. It's not a single moment of weakness or an innocent mistake. It is a web, a carefully woven net of lies, manipulations, and intentions, so calculated that it was designed to entangle your very spirit. And heaven says that web is being torn apart right now. God has watched every hidden exchange, every whispered word, every choice they made when they thought no one was watching. Archangel Michael has stood guard, sword drawn, recording every deception in the book of truth. You see, your ex was never just careless with your heart. They were strategic. They knew your vulnerabilities. They knew your longing for love. They knew your willingness to forgive. And they used those things as tools to keep you tied to them. Tools to make you doubt your own reality. Tools to drain your spirit. But listen, God never allowed them to succeed fully. Think about the moments when confusion almost swallowed you. The times when their words sounded sweet, but their actions left you broken. The times you felt paralyzed between love and suspicion, between hope and despair. Do you remember how suddenly something would happen? A slip of the tongue, a strange coincidence, a gut feeling you couldn't ignore? That wasn't chance. That was divine intervention. That was heaven nudging you, whispering, "Look closer. Don't fall deeper. I'm protecting you." Every tear you cried was a prayer. Every sleepless night was a battle fought in the spiritual realm. And every moment you survived was proof that God's hand was over your life. Now hear this clearly. Your ex's intentions were never aligned with love. They could act caring. They could act romantic. They could act supportive. But acting is all it ever was. Behind the mask was self-interest. Behind the charm was manipulation. Behind the promises was emptiness. They studied you not to cherish you, but to control you. They listened not to understand you, but to learn how to use your words against you later. They gave not to bless you, but to make you feel indebted to them. And now God says, see it for what it was. Do not be deceived anymore. Let me take you deeper. Your ex carried secrets more than you ever realized. Some of these secrets were about relationships they kept hidden. Others about choices they made in the shadows. Still others about ways they spoke about you to others when you weren't present. Yes, the same mouth that told you, I love you, may have spoken words of dismissal, mockery, or betrayal behind your back. The same hands that once held you may have been reaching for something or someone else. But none of it escaped the eyes of God. Not one conversation, not one action, not one intention. You may ask, then why did God let me go through it? Why didn't He show me sooner? And the answer is this timing. Had you seen the truth too early, you might not have believed it. Your heart was still too entangled, still too hopeful, still too ready to excuse. Had you seen it too late, the damage might have been irreversible. But heaven's timing is perfect. This revelation is arriving now, because you are finally strong enough to face it, and wise enough to never fall for it again. Michael says this to you now. Do not let nostalgia fool you. Do not let memories soften reality. Love blinded you once, but it cannot blind you again. That is why this message is urgent. Because even now, your ex may try to resurface. They may attempt to draw you back with charm, with apologies, with promises. But those promises are nothing but recycled lies, polished to look new. God says, do not return to what I have freed you from. Understand this deeply. Your ex was not just toxic emotionally. They were toxic spiritually. Every doubt that crept into your faith, every moment you felt far from God, every time you questioned your worth as His child, those were spiritual attacks seeded through this connection. That's why the pain felt so heavy. That's why the confusion felt endless. That's why you felt trapped, even when you could have walked away. It wasn't just a relationship, it was bondage. And heaven says, the chains are broken now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this, a dark room with windows covered, no light able to enter. That was your relationship. But suddenly, a single crack appears. A beam of light pushes through, then another crack, and another, until the entire room bursts open with sunlight, and the darkness has no place to hide. That is what is happening to you right now. The illusions are shattering. The masks are falling. The truth is flooding in. And once light enters, darkness cannot return. Hear this final word for today. Your ex's story in your life is finished. Their power over you is broken. Their illusions are destroyed. You may still feel anger. You may still feel sorrow. You may still feel the sting of betrayal. But those feelings are part of healing, not chains anymore. They are proof that you're alive, awake, and aware. And from this awareness comes freedom. Michael's sword is raised above you, not in violence, but in victory. His wings shield you. His presence assures you. And God declares over you, you are free. You are protected. You are mine. Look at yourself for a moment. Yes, you. The one who thought you were broken. The one who thought you were unworthy. The one who thought love had defeated you. Do you realize what you have survived? Do you understand the battles you've already won? The silent wars no one else saw? The nights you thought you wouldn't make it through? The mornings you dragged yourself out of bed with a shattered spirit yet still kept going? You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are still here. And that means you are stronger than the pain that tried to destroy you. God whispers into your soul right now, my child, What was meant to bury you has only planted you, and now you will rise. The betrayal you faced was not your ending, it was your awakening, because every tear you shed watered the ground of your destiny. Every heartbreak cracked open the soil so new roots could grow. Every disappointment prepared you for a strength you didn't know you had. You thought you were abandoned, but heaven never left you. You thought you were forgotten, but God was watching every step. You thought you were unworthy, but the truth is you were chosen. Listen carefully. Justice is not coming. Justice is already here. Not the kind of justice you imagine in human terms: revenge, payback, punishment. No. God's justice is higher. His justice is the restoration of your soul, the renewal of your strength, the rebuilding of everything you thought you lost. The lies that once blinded you, gone. The confusion that once trapped you, broken. The shame that once silenced you, erased. This is the divine exchange: your ashes for beauty, your sorrow for joy, your wounds for wisdom. And while your ex tried to write the story of your ending, heaven was writing the story of your rebirth. They thought they dimmed your light, but in truth, they only revealed how brightly you can shine. They thought they silenced your voice, but in truth, they gave you a song stronger than ever. They thought they weakened your spirit, but in truth, they forged a warrior out of you. Close your eyes and picture this: a phoenix rising from ashes, flames still clinging to its wings, yet soaring higher than ever before. That is you. A diamond, buried deep in the earth, crushed under weight, yet emerging more brilliant because of the pressure. That is you. A warrior, scarred but unbroken, standing on the battlefield not as a victim, but as a conqueror. That is you. Archangel Michael speaks now with authority that shakes the heavens. Child of light, you are no longer bound. You are no longer deceived. You are no longer a prisoner of the past. Step forward, your freedom has arrived. And with those words, chains fall. The invisible cords that once tied your spirit to false promises snap apart. The cage that once held you shatters into dust. Can you feel it? That lightness in your chest? That breath that feels freer than before? That is liberation. That is the presence of God moving through you. But it doesn't stop here. This isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about walking boldly into the life you were always meant to have. God says, you are stepping into a season of clarity. You will see people for who they are without deception. You will hear truth where once there were lies. You will trust your spirit again, because I am aligning you with wisdom. The very intuition you once doubted will now become your greatest strength. The discernment you once ignored will now guide your every step. The faith you thought was shaken will now root you deeper than ever. Do you know what happens when you rise into truth? Darkness trembles. Manipulators lose their grip. Chains break before they can even form. And that's what your ex cannot stand: your freedom. Because freedom means they no longer have access to your mind, your heart, or your future. And heaven smiles, because that is exactly how it was always meant to be. What they tried to destroy in you, love, trust, joy, hope, those very things will come back to you 100-fold. What they tried to steal from you, peace, clarity, confidence, purpose. God is restoring in ways you can't even imagine. What they tried to silence in you, your voice, your worth, your light will roar louder, shine brighter, and reach further than ever before. Because what the enemy meant for harm, heaven has already turned for good. The past no longer defines you. The betrayal no longer chains you. The lies no longer hold you. You are free. You are rising. You are unstoppable. My beloved, do not waste one more tear on those who tried to break you. They were never your destiny. They were only a chapter, and I am the author of your story. You are not walking away empty. You are walking away refined. You are not walking away broken. You are walking away unshakable. You are not walking away alone. You are walking with heaven at your side. The same hand that lifted you out of heartbreak will guide you into blessings you never saw coming. The same light that exposed deception will illuminate your new path. The same presence that shielded you in the storm will lead you into peace beyond understanding. So lift your head, straighten your back, feel the strength in your chest. Because this is not just the end of betrayal. This is the beginning of destiny. Your story is not over. Your story has only just begun. Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Look at where you stand now. You are not the same person who once lay shattered on the floor, wondering if you would ever rise again. You are not the same soul who doubted your worth, who begged for scraps of love, who settled for half-truths and empty promises. No, you have been remade, refined in fire, tested in pain, strengthened by truth. And now, you are stepping into the most powerful chapter of your life. God says to you now, my child, the pain is over. The cycle is broken. The chains are gone. You stand at the doorway of a new beginning. Walk through it. This doorway is not just a change of circumstances. It's a transformation of identity. You are no longer the victim. You are no longer the abandoned. You are no longer the deceived. You are the chosen. You are the protected. You are the rising light in a world that tried to dim you. Archangel Michael's presence burns brighter than ever. His sword is no longer cutting away deception. It is clearing the path ahead of you. Every obstacle that once threatened your spirit is being moved. Every barrier that once stood in your way is collapsing. The road before you shines. It is sacred. It is secure. It is yours. And this is not just about healing from betrayal. This is about stepping into destiny. God's hand has not only removed what was toxic, He is guiding you toward what is divine. The relationships that come into your life now will be aligned with truth. The opportunities that arrive now will carry heaven's fingerprints. The blessings that unfold now will overflow, because they are not built on lies, they are rooted in truth. A wide field at sunrise, golden light spilling across the horizon. The darkness of night is gone, and with it, the shadows of confusion and sorrow. The air is fresh, crisp, full of possibility. You stand there, heart open, arms wide, and for the first time in a long time, you feel free to breathe, free to hope, free to dream again.